Hey guys, I'm Courtney, and for those of you that don't know me, I work here at bowhunting.com, and also I am Brad's newly wife. We got married like a week and a half ago, but I am filling in for Justin and Todd today, and we are going to kick things off right away with Tyler Barron down in Texas, and then we're going to follow it up with Neal McCullough up in northern Minnesota. So take it away.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to Texas, and it has been a while, or at least it feels like it. This whole year has just been nuts with all the coronavirus and the craziness that's come along as a result of that. So it is just exciting to be back and be focused on what everybody is focused on right now, I think, which is the upcoming, fall hunting season. So with that said, I wanted to give you a quick just update on how my last few months have gone. Had a lot of changes just personally, professionally, a lot of big updates in the world of Tyler Barron, and to say that it's been a crazy year, I think would just be an understatement. But earlier this summer, I was able to get out and do a little bit of pig hunting, which was exciting. Always fun to get out there and chase after the hogs on a couple of the properties that I have, and had a cool, successful hunt. I was able to get out there and take one of the biggest boars that I've actually ever taken. And the hunt itself was pretty straightforward. I, was able to just crawl up in the tree. I had concocted a little bit of a corn and just sweet, kind of sour type of smelling concoction that I scattered out and was able to draw in this pig, and made a great shot on him, tracked him down, was able to recover him, and more importantly, just get him off of that property, because we're just starting to get a little bit overrun with those pigs, and they can be a real nuisance. So definitely pumped to get that one off of the property. Other stuff that I've kind of been working on a little bit during this off season has been focused a lot on some trips that I'm wanting to do, and I'll kind of tell you about those here in just a second. But the main project that I've had going on has been setting up and kind of outfitting my overlanding / off-roading type camper trailer. And what this is essentially is a retired military trailer that has been outfitted with a frame on top of it, and then a rooftop tent that kind of clamshells open, gives you a little trap door and ladder that lets you kind of crawl up in there. But it's going to be my new kind of base camp for all of my camping and hunting adventures that I go on. I've started to hunt a lot more out of state and just further away from home. So it's going to be, I think, really cool to have a place that I can just hook up my truck to it, and then I can take this thing anywhere that you can take a four-wheel drive vehicle. You can get this trailer into it. So I'm pumped up about it. I been doing a few little kind of modifications and upgrades. Started really with taking off the big heavy Humvee tires that were on it. They were huge. They made the trailer sit really, really tall, and so it kind of nosedived when you were pulling it behind my truck, and got those swapped out for some kind of standard Dodge wheels and tires that fit up on that bolt pattern, and kind of doing a few little things that are just going to make it a better type of setup for me pulling around. And I'm excited because I've got some hunts and trips up ahead of me that I'm going to be able to use that thing on, and it kind of takes me to my next topic, which is this fall. I'm very, very excited because I'm going to be hunting the great state of Kansas. I was up there, last spring, I guess, not this, past one, but the one before that, and was able to knock down a great turkey. But the whole time I'm sitting there looking at some of the property around that place and going, man, I want to get up here and deer hunt this area. So I'm extremely excited that I was able to draw a tag, and I've got a property up there that I'm going to be heading up to in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing some scouting. I've got a couple of stealth cam fusion cell cameras behind me here that I'm going to be deploying onto this farm, and really pumped up just to figure out what it's going to be like up there. I have no idea, what kind of deer are running around up there right now. So that's one of the reasons I'm really pumped up to get up there and get that figured out. And then, who knows what's going to happen. There may be some giants up there that I don't even know about, and that may kind of shift my entire strategy for the season. You never know. But in the meantime, down here in Texas, I've got some cameras that are starting to produce a little bit, some deer showing up on camera, and I've got two in particular that I'm pretty pumped up about on my hill country lease, and those are really a nice kind of just mainframe 10-pointer, just a big frame deer. He's not carrying a lot of mass, and I don't think he's that old, but I think he's a deer that I might take if he walks by. You know, he just looks pretty darn good and going to be definitely hard to pass up. But my number one on that property is actually a big 9-pointer, and he's also a deer that just kind of is just a you know, your typical 9-pointer, but he's got a lot more mass than the 10-pointer, and I think he's a little bit of an older deer. Definitely a cool deer, and it's going to be exciting chasing after him down here in Texas. But like I said, my eyes are on Kansas right now. That's what gets me the most pumped up about the fall. But over the next couple of weeks, I've got, you know, really most of my stands and everything kind of set up for here in Texas. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm actually heading up to Colorado to do some photography. That's been my other kind of focus over the last, you know, few months here, has been just taking a lot of pictures, doing a lot of photography, and I'm heading up there for the elk rut. And I am excited about that because that is going to be, I think, just some amazing opportunities to get some really cool photos. If you follow the bowhunting.com or the Bowhunter Die Instagram, you've probably seen some of my photography on there recently, and I'm sure we'll be flooding it with some of these images that I'm going to pull out of Colorado in the next couple of weeks. So I'll kind of take you along for that ride and hopefully show you some really, really cool, you know, big giant elk to get you fired up if you're able to go out and chase some of those elk out west or even in the east, you know, Appalachians. But anywho, this year I think is going to be a banner year for me. I'm beyond excited. You know, coronavirus has kind of thrown the whole year for a loop, and you know, now it's time to get down to what is important, and that is chasing animals in the fall here. So if you're out there getting your properties set up, definitely be safe out there. Watch out for the coronavirus. Make sure you're wearing your tree stand harnesses. And, you know, other than that, I wish you guys all the best of luck this fall. And as always, guys, bow hunt or die.
All right, well, good afternoon. Today is August 15th. I am up here at the cabin here in northern Minnesota, and working on our little food plot area that we've had for a number of years here. We've tried it in clover and turnips and a number of different things, but I think this year we got some clover and some turnips in here. It's growing okay. But really I'd like to get a ground blind set up for me and the kids, and then also just put in a little food plot or a small little food plot area with some leftover winter wheat and winter rye that I have. And it's a perfect time of year to do that because that stuff grows up pretty quick, and all you need is a little rain, which we have in the forecast. So that's my plan. I'm going to go ahead and get going and get the kids out, get the tractor out, and hopefully make a little day of it. So here we go. Gotta love it. Bow hunt or die. Wah! So that holds it in place, actually. Okay, well, we got the ground blind situated and brushed in somewhat. I guess it's a little bit tricky to get these ground blinds perfectly brushed in, but we got a long ways until the season starts, so I feel pretty good about where it's sitting. And I got a good view of the food plot straight out here, which is to my north, and I got a good view out here to my east. So basically, northwest winds are going to be perfect cutting this way. We expect deer movement to be in between. There's a food plot straight west of us and a bigger one out in front of us, and we expect them to work in between these food plots and basically right out in front of us if we get the right wind. So I'm excited about this spot, and got a little bit more work to do, and then we'll leave this thing sit, hope for a little bit of rain, and then give this a try sometime in late September or early October. Gotta love it. Rake them in. Oh, no, not out. Now you gotta flip it. Flip it and rake it like this. There you go. Now push it. Round and around. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for the day. We had a real productive bit of work here that we did. We got the little mini addition to our food plot, kind of found some bare spots and filled it in. We got our ground blind set in, a little bit brushed in. I think with the amount of time between now and season, that should settle itself in nicely. I think the deer will get used to it. And then also just get the kids out and had a pretty good time messing around, getting basically ready for deer season. So I think there's plenty of deer using it. There's certainly a number of does that have showed up on our trail cam in the daytime. They're pretty comfortable going in and out of these plots, moving from one to the other. So both morning and evenings, plenty of activity there, as well as there's been a couple of decent bucks around. So we are positive, and hopefully we'll be back here late September, early October, and maybe we'll get it done. So in the meantime, stay safe, and we'll keep you posted along the way. Bow hunt or die.
All right, guys, there you have it. Tyler down in Texas has some serious nice bucks showing up, and that was one awesome boar hunt as well. Good luck to you out in Kansas this year. And then, guys, Neal is out with his family getting things done before the season is approaching, because it's coming up quickly. If your season's already started and you get a doe down, don't forget about our trophy doe contest. You can find out more about it. Just head over to bowhunting.com and search trophy doe, where you can upload your video. Make sure, though, that you weigh your doe with the HME scale. Guys, from all of us here, don't forget, bow hunt or die.